Welcome to channel where we make your insight to the Australian visa system. Good day everyone, my name is Carl Young, your online YouTube visa consultant. Are you interested about migrating to Australia? Why don't you consider to subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell on the side, so once we have all the updates and news just like this one, be the first one getting all the insight. Now noticing that the news has spread nationwide. Now obviously it's about the controversial, well, they always put the news media always say controversial, but anyway, it's just another visa to be scrapped because it was used for the purpose during the pandemic, so it's not really controversial. I think just some industry people really don't like it. But anyway, let's have a look of this visa and let's have a little talk what if you have this visa, and there's still a little bit of ambiguity here, but let's have a look at the news first. Okay, now this just came in, as you can see. The time is 3:46 p.m. That's basically, you know, just about right now. There's let's have a read. It says controversial pandemic visas to be scrapped. So tens of thousands of temporary migrants will be forced to apply another visa or to be, you know, departing Australia as they have hold the special COVID era visa. This is the visa that's specially designed to help Australian during the pandemic. As you know, the former Prime Minister during the pandemic invited all the migrants to leave Australia and causing a lot of issues. So it still tells us that the skilled migrant is vital for a country like Australia. Now, the Home Affairs Minister Claire O'Neill and Immigration Minister Andrew Giles announced on Thursday, that's today, that the 408 pandemic event visa will be closed for all new applicants from Friday, that's tomorrow, with only existing visa holder able to apply for a short-term extensions. So what does that mean? So if you still hold a 408 visa for the pandemic event visa, you can extend it. You can, so the existing people, but the new one no longer can able to do it anymore. The government is using short time frame to prevent flood and new applications, so they just don't want people to utilize this visa anymore. But they are not telling the existing visa holder to just go away. So they still giving the options for a short-term extension. Now, what I learned from the short-term, we have a read from the immigration website straight away from the media released by the Minister Andrew Giles. Now, the figure of this last month on Home Affairs shows that almost 60,000 international student temporary workers were using the permit to extend their visa. So they are 60,000 people. The department issued 65,859 pandemic visa from June 2022 to March, including 27,000 the first 3 months of this year. So that's a lot of people, and they basically saying, look, this needs to be stopped because we are at the end of the pandemic anyway. There's no more requirement for that anymore. Same news came out from SBS News. Again, it's the same. It's today, and it was just came out by 3:55 p.m. about 4 p.m. The controversial, again, they're using that word. They love that word. 408 pandemic visa of international student. Well, not just for international. They were international, visitor as well, and change over to 408 visa to be scrapped. Okay, so I'm not gonna go through the content because this basically saying the same thing. So there's a height of the 2022 field labor shortage, so that's exactly what we have talked about, support internationals who were unable to leave Australia. Well, that was the aim, but I think they changed to some critical sector where they want people to help in the health sector, aged care, and so on and so forth. But some migration agent education experts be calling it to be abolished sooner, because what? Why would they like to call them to be abolished application sooner because people no longer wanted to come to Australia to study. But remember, the way to utilize student visa to work is no longer valid as well, because they are enforcing on that part too. Now I wonder why those education agents want to, abolish 408. So would they be able to utilize student visa in order for more students working in Australia, which is not the real way supposed to be being done? And we have learned about about their coming out to hunt down all these ghost colleges, remember? So this will be big. There's a big changes coming up. Now let's go into the actual minister's a web page of what the official things. This will be the important one you wanted to know about. So the Honourable Andrew Giles MP for the Minister of Immigration and Citizenship and Multicultural Affairs, Thursday 31st. So make sure you subscribe this channel and share with your mates, because we are always on the top with all most updated stuff. The closure of the pandemic event visa. This is a joint media release with the Honourable Claire O'Neill MP, who is the Minister for Home Affairs. The Albanese government is closing the pandemic event visa from February 2024. Well, that's next year, February. What are they talking about? The visa will be closed to all applicants. What does that mean? So that means there is still room to apply, but not for the new applicant. That's only for, you can apply if you are existing 408 pandemic event visa holders. You can still extend it, but the last date will be the February 2024. So we got to remember this. And after that, no more. Okay, this will provide certainty to our visa system. Now the circumstances that drove the operation of visa no longer exist. From 2nd September 2023, that's 2 days later, and that will be Saturday, the pandemic event visa will only be open to application from existing pandemic event visa holder. So what does it mean? Now tomorrow, if you want to lodge it, you can still lodge it. Okay, so if you're not a visa, the pandemic visa holder, you might want to lodge it tomorrow. Okay, that I expect that will be a jam pack of people lodging it tomorrow. All other visa holders will be ineligible for pandemic event visa. This is transition measure to promote visa integrity, which I'm pretty welcome with this procedures for this visa, because you obviously this cannot go forever, but that also tell us the coming out of the new employment sponsor visa policy should be out soon. Anyone with a valid pandemic event visa will remain lawful until their current visa expire. The stage closure of the visa is another measure to ensure the visa system is serving new Australian people. Labor inherited the migration system with backlog. Again, this is all talking about all the political talks. Let's avoid that. Well, Liberal government, they have their problem too. But does the current government actually fixing it? Let's see. Okay, the Albanese government had recently ended the series of pandemic measures, including unlimited work hours for international student work, exemption for work holiday visa holder. The measure combined places the downward pressure on the net overseas migration, so they don't want people to come in utilizing this visa, working and causing housing crisis. Again, the key phrases coming out again. Well, obviously the Minister Andrew Giles doesn't say that in his media release here. From the 2nd September 2023, new application, so that means you can still lodge it, but with a condition, will receive 6 months visa. The visa application will have a charge. There's no longer be free, and you will be only open for the existing 408 pandemic event visa holders. Okay, not for any other new ones. If you're a new one, if you're holding a visitor visa, if you're holding a student visa, you want to lodge it to 408 pandemic visa, when can you do it? Tomorrow, and that's the last day. Okay. This setting will further ensure the visa only used by those who are genuinely and remained and contribute to Australia. So that's basically the nutshell of the entire news. Now, last but not least, let me read the last sentence. Those without any options for other visa application are expected to depart Australia when their visa expires, as usual. Now, that's big. So what is the advice for people who really wanted to do 408 visa? Tomorrow is the last day. Put it in. It's free anyway. If you need assistance, there are people assisting it with the cost. Now, if you're a current 408 pandemic event visa holders, now you can extend it, but the last day to extend it will be February 2024. Anyway, should you have more question query, more than welcome to leave comment right down below. And I'll see you next video. Goodbye.